What is happening, sports fans, and welcome back to the Roger Report, where we dive headfirst into the stories that are defining the game. The news cycle is absolutely on fire right now, with developments happening faster than a fast break, and you do not want to miss a single second of it. We've got major shifts, personal insights, and game-changing plays that are setting the stage for what's next. We're breaking down the biggest updates that are already making waves and will continue to dominate the conversation. From family perspectives on player movement to bold advice from champions and crucial playoff pushes, we're covering it all. Stick around, because this is the unmissable update you've been waiting for. Get ready, because we're breaking down the biggest updates that are already making waves and will continue to dominate the conversation. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a moment. A family affair on the transfer market. The WNBA is experiencing a major expansion, with new teams on the horizon and a fresh wave of speculation about where star players might land. This buzz has naturally extended to the Indiana Fever's young talent, with fans eagerly discussing potential moves, especially with a new team set to debut in Portland. Amidst this fervent fan chatter, an unexpected voice emerged: Lexie Hull, mother of Fever guard Lexie Hull. When a fan suggested on a live stream that Lexie, along with teammates Sophie Cunningham and Cease, might move to Portland in 2026, Lexie Hull offered a candid response that revealed the personal considerations families weigh. She expressed a preference for Portland over Seattle due to the shorter travel distance, stating, "No, that's a 6-hour drive for me. It's a lot better than the other place other than Seattle." This comment, though seemingly casual, sheds light on the family dynamics that intertwine with the business side of professional sports, particularly as valuations soar and player movement becomes a more complex equation. The league's financial growth is undeniable, with the Seattle Storm valued at $330 million and Indiana at $370 million, reflecting a significant increase from just a few years ago. This financial boom, coupled with upcoming media rights deals, is reshaping the landscape, making even personal travel preferences a factor in potential player decisions. Furthermore, the strong bonds within the Fever team, particularly between Lexie Hull, Caitlin Clark, and Sophie Cunningham, add another layer to these discussions. Lexie Hull has often highlighted the close relationships among these players, suggesting that team chemistry is a vital asset that might influence their willingness to stay together, even if expansion draft rules could potentially separate them. This personal perspective from a player's family underscores the human element behind the multi-million-dollar valuations and strategic team building, reminding us that behind the stats and the business deals are individuals and families navigating a rapidly evolving professional sports world. The league's expansion and escalating financial stakes mean that decisions about where players play will increasingly involve a complex interplay of on-court opportunities, financial incentives, and personal well-being for both the athletes and their loved ones. But what advice is a 7-time NBA champion giving to one of the league's biggest stars? Could this be the key to unlocking even greater success? Champions Council on Career Strategy. The 2025 WNBA All-Star Weekend was a focal point for several significant narratives, from viral social media content by players to the absence of star Caitlin Clark due to injury. However, perhaps the most potent storyline was the ongoing collective bargaining agreement, CBA negotiations between the WNBA and its players. The tension was palpable, with players wearing shirts that read, "Pay us what you owe us," during warm-ups, signaling their demand for increased salaries and revenue sharing. This visible protest brought the CBA discussions into the mainstream sports consciousness. Amidst this backdrop, 7-time NBA champion Robert Horry offered a striking perspective on his podcast, Big Shot Bob. When discussing the players' pursuit of greater financial rewards, Horry suggested a highly individualistic approach for Caitlin Clark. "I ma be an asterisk right now," Horry stated. "If I'm Caitlin Clark, I'm like, I want my image and likeness like Michael Jordan did back in the day. And then I'm like, all right, the rest of y'all figure it out." He elaborated on this by emphasizing the immense revenue generated by Clark's jersey sales and her overall marketability. Hori believes Clark should leverage her unique position to control her image and likeness, similar to how Michael Jordan historically managed his brand. Jordan famously opted out of collective licensing deals to negotiate his name and likeness separately, even taking legal action against companies that used his image without permission. Hori's advice implies that Clark should prioritize securing her individual financial interests, arguing that her significant contribution to the league's revenue could force others to recognize her value and potentially improve the situation for other players. This strategy, if adopted, could shift the power dynamic in the CBA negotiations, highlighting Clark's singular impact on the league's financial success and potentially creating leverage for the entire player base. The suggestion is a bold one, framing Clark's personal brand management as a potential catalyst for broader change within the WNBA's economic structure, drawing parallels to one of the most successful athlete-driven business models in sports history. Meanwhile, another player is making a name for herself, igniting crowds with clutch performances. Get ready to see how one shot can change everything. Momentum maker on the court. In the high-stakes environment of the WNBA playoff push, Golden State Valkyries guard Kate Martin has emerged as a player capable of dramatically shifting the game's momentum with a single, decisive play. During a recent matchup against the Indiana Fever, with the Valkyries' lead narrowing to just 5 points early in the fourth quarter, Martin stepped up. From the left wing, she sank a crucial 24-foot three-pointer while drawing a foul from Fever guard Aerial Powers. The impact was immediate and electric, with the Chase Center crowd erupting in a deafening roar, a testament to Martin's ability to energize the arena. Even the injured Caitlin Clark, watching from the sidelines, reacted with a gesture of disbelief and acknowledgement of Martin's impact. This pivotal shot sparked a 2013 run for the Valkyries, ultimately securing a 75-63 victory and strengthening their playoff position. The win propelled the Valkyries into 6th place, reducing their magic number for a playoff spot to just 3 with 5 games remaining. Martin's knack for these momentum-swinging plays has become a signature element of her game, earning her the nickname Momentum Shifter among her team. Coach Natalie Nakase acknowledges Martin's unique ability, stating, "Kate is kind of notorious for momentum plays. Those are huge momentum plays and things where the crowd can get behind us. You can kind of say that it puts a little bit of pressure on the opponent when that happens." This ability is amplified by the strong fan support Martin commands, partly due to her national recognition from her collegiate career with the Iowa Hawkeyes, where she was a key teammate to Caitlin Clark. The presence of former Iowa stars George Kittle and Gabby Marshall in the stands further underscored her popularity. Despite facing early season challenges, including being benched and experiencing shooting slumps, Martin has found a more prominent role due to veteran injuries. Her recent performance, averaging 9.8 points with a 35.3% three-point average over the last 5 games, highlights her growing importance. Martin's impact goes beyond scoring. She has a way of making her shots feel more significant, captivating the crowd and influencing the game's trajectory. Her fearless approach and ability to deliver under pressure have solidified her status as a fan favorite and a crucial player for the Valkyries as they navigate the critical final stretch of the season. And the connection between these two stars extends beyond the court, even with one sidelined. See what Caitlin Clark had to say about her former teammate's big moment. A message of support across the sidelines. Despite Caitlin Clark's ongoing absence from the court due to a groin injury, her connection with former Iowa teammate Kate Martin remains strong, as evidenced by a heartfelt message shared after the Golden State Valkyries' victory over the Indiana Fever. The Valkyries secured a 75-63 win, a result that significantly impacted the WNBA playoff standings, with Golden State moving up to 6th place and Indiana dropping to 8th. Clark, who has been sidelined since mid-July and missed her 19th consecutive game, still found a way to acknowledge Martin's pivotal performance. Following the game, Clark took to her Instagram story to share a photo of herself with Martin, accompanied by a simple yet powerful message. @Kate Martin, proud of you. This public display of support highlights the enduring bond between the two players, who shared a highly successful collegiate career at the University of Iowa, reaching 2 consecutive national championship games. Martin, who was not a typical draft night invitee, but was selected by the Las Vegas Aces, was present to support Clark's #1 overall pick selection. The game's outcome had direct implications for the playoff picture. The Valkyries' win allowed them to potentially avoid a first-round matchup against the top-seeded Minnesota Lynx, while the Fever now face the prospect of meeting the league's dominant team early in the postseason. The Valkyries' victory, fueled by a strong performance from Ileana Rupert and a remarkable assist tally from Veronica Burton, solidified their playoff aspirations. For the Valkyries, avoiding a potential playoff series against the formidable Las Vegas Aces, a team whose former assistant coach is now the Valkyries' head coach Natalie Nakes, is also a significant strategic consideration. The message from Clark to Martin serves as a poignant reminder of their shared journey and mutual respect, even as their professional paths diverge and their teams compete. It underscores the camaraderie within the league, particularly among players who have shared significant moments in their careers, demonstrating that support and encouragement can transcend team rivalries and on-court circumstances. That's a wrap on today's top stories. But before you go, let's quickly recap the biggest moments. That's a wrap on today's essential updates. We saw family considerations influencing player movement discussions, heard bold advice from a basketball legend on career strategy, witnessed a game-changing performance that electrified the crowd, and saw a heartfelt message of support between former teammates. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed this breakdown, subscribe to the Roger Report for all your essential sports news, and ring that notification bell so you're always in the loop. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and follow us on all social media platforms to stay connected. We'll see you next time.